Hi everyone, welcome. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a new gouache I got from Amazon, and this is the Royal Talens brand. I was using the Winston & Newton designer's gouache. I'm sorry for that noise. I was trying to get in my drawer to get this to show you. This has 6 tubes in there, and it is 14 ml. It has the white, yellow, red, blue, green, and black. I enjoy using this. It's very smooth. It's beautiful. You can dilute it with water. That's one of the things I like about gouache. If you want to use it in its opacity, like in how thick it is, the color, the hue, you can. And if you want to dilute it, layer over layer, put one first dark color over a light color, you can. And this is a very good brand that I would recommend. The only thing I don't like is that I'm getting this. I know you guys might understand. People have asked what I went on Instagram and to ask some of those designers that uses gouache, have they had any problem like that or that reaction in their taste buds? For me, I tried Paul Rubens. I also tried another brand. I can't remember the name, but I had that same reaction. I don't put my hand in my mouth. It had to go to a point that I was wearing gloves so that I don't have that adverse reaction in my taste buds. This Royal Talens, my instructor used it. One of my instructor on Domestica used it. So I'm going to not swatch it, but I'm going to use it to illustrate this repeated pattern. I had done one last week, and I want to repeat the flowers in here are outside, like not flower, like just little circles are outside. The one I did last week was inside, and I just wanted to do a different version of it. Let me grab the other one to show you what I did. Okay, excuse me, I'm trying to reach for it. So this is it. This is inward, and I used the different colors. This is actually watercolor, and I love how it came out. I like my Mary Blue because their color, the opacity is very dark. You would not believe this is watercolor. I'm sure you can see the hue in the camera, in the video. It is beautiful. You can use it as a watercolor and you can dilute it, and I love how it came out. But for this one, I'm doing it inside. I did 2 layers in here, and I'm doing 3. I'm going to do 3 here, but I'm going to use this Royal Talens gouache, designer's gouache. So this is, I would believe, the professional one. I got this from Amazon. I'm going to put the link in the video. This is it. It is made in Holland. It is 20 ml tubes in here, and I'm just going to quickly open it. Use my X-Acto knife. And it says gouache extra fine. So here it is. It has white, and I believe it is, the number is it's numbered. This is 100. This is white. This is lemon yellow, number 205. This is, excuse me, yellow 200. This is permanent rose 397. This is vermilion 311. This is light blue 501. This is ultramarine deep 506, and black 703. The reason I got this was the class I took on Domestica. My instructor used it to make a palette. So I am trying to combine the colors from this Winston & Newton and the Royal Talens to mix color, either adding white or adding colors that are closer to it on the color wheel, so I have different variation on my palette. I'm learning on taking classes and also learning on my own that a lot of art designers, they do not mix black to darken a color or white to darken a color. They mix colors that are on a color wheel. I'm going to grab my color wheel here to show you what I mean. This is the color wheel. I got this, you will not believe, from Temu, and it's very beautiful. It has the front and the back. See, here it's telling you if you want to get different variations of color. To get, this is blue violet. If you add blue, you get this hue right there. If you add white, you get the lighter version. If you add, this is red violet. If you add black, you get this. And so if I spin this wheel, you see, if I spin this wheel to the red, if I add black, this is what I'm gonna get. If I add orange, black to the red, orange, if I add black, this is what I'm gonna get. So this is it. So it tells you about primary colors, what is color, how to use it, different skills. But on the other side, it tells you what are complementary colors, split complementary, triad, tetrad, and tetrad. So it shows you color relationship on this side. What is harmonious, color schemes, monochromatic, analogous, complementary. And it gives you definitions of all these terms in the color relationship. Yes, I did show you that if you add black or if you add white, what you would get. But there was this video that I'm going to also look for it and link it, that he did a big illustration of how you don't have to add black to get a darker version of a color, or add white to get a lighter version or a hue of a color. But he did it. It was so beautiful. It was almost an hour. So I'm still learning, but I want to fill up this palette, because that was what my instructor did. She had a metallic palette like this, and she filled it up. It was so beautiful. Different colors of different variations of red, different variations of yellow, different variations of blue, and she creates so many beautiful illustrations by mixing colors. So, and I'm going to do a video of how I'm going to mix these colors, what she taught me how to do to preserve your gouache, that it doesn't, it preserves, it doesn't grow mold, and how to also keep it moist in the next video. So I'm going to put this in my ceramic palette, and I'm going to be back because I'm going to use it to do this soft repeated pattern. Okay. Okay guys, as you can see, I've placed this on my palette, and I'm going to be using it just with a little bit, mixing it with a little bit water. And I'm going to, one thing I like, is very smooth. It's very smooth. It's beautiful. So I'm going to do it this way on this side. Sorry about that. Here it is. I'm adding just a little bit of water to the yellow. And I'm going to start from the top here. So I'm going to keep going all around, and not to bore you. When I get to a point, I would speed it up so you guys can see the process. And I love it. It feels like watercolor. It does not feel like gouache at all. I don't know if it's because it is expensive. I'm going to leave the link in this video to show you how much I got it, and if you really want it. It is very smooth. You could tell the designers, every designer so far, this is one, I would say, the consistency of this Royal Talens. It shows the price and the value. Anything that is expensive, it's going to be different from a cheap brand. I mean, for me, I would prefer to spend the money, but there's a budget, there's a cap I go to when it comes to how much I spend on my a tube or a pack of either watercolor or gouache. There's a price that I know, because I'm still but I wouldn't say I'm intermediate, but there's a cap that I feel like at this point where I'm still learning, I, you know, wouldn't spend that much, but I don't mind once in a while spending a lot of money to get the consistency or the professional look of if you're doing this. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but let me know what you guys think. Would you spend a lot of money for a professional? What's your take on that? Spending a lot of money on a professional or designer's medium, or just using the regular, I want to say beginners level art medium? What's your take on that? But for me, I have seen that, when I recently was trying to do a loose flower illustration and I was using my Cotman watercolor, when I picked up, I was like, okay, why am I not seeing the hue? It's very light, and I didn't like that because I noticed that one of the instructors that I was following, learning from her, you could see she's a botanical illustrator, but you could see you could see the detail of the watercolor. Everything was so beautiful. So I got my Mary Blue watercolor. Oh my goodness, guys, I need to tell you the difference and the opacity of that Mary Blue watercolor. Oh my goodness, it was so beautiful. You can dilute it, you can use it at the state in which it comes. It was so beautiful. It was not light, it was very dark. Like the opacity, I would say opacity. And I was like, wow, you could see the difference. That's why I say sometimes I don't mind spending the money, but I put a cap to the amount I spend. And you could tell the cheap version compared to the expensive one. You could tell the difference. I was like, wow, I see the quality in the money spent. So guys, this is the first one. I believe this is the lemon yellow. Oh my goodness, it is beautiful, guys. Yes, this is the lemon yellow. It feels, I added a little bit water here, if you can see, and then here is just how it came out of the tube. I just added a little water, and you can see it feels like watercolor. It doesn't look, I'm trying to look at it in my light, my ring light. It does not feel like gouache. It does feel like watercolor, the consistency, because it's just smooth on my brush. As you can see how light, I'm just putting the coverage on the areas that I didn't cover, and you can see how it's just going straight on my brush, smoothly on my brush. You see, it is beautiful. So I definitely and highly recommend this Royal Talens. So far I'm not getting any adverse reaction. Sometimes I would get a headache just by touching, so there was a day I went on Instagram and I told someone, I said, I was asking the question, do you get any taste in your lip, in your tongue when you touch gouache? And she laughed. She thought I was laughing, but I was like, wow, I didn't want to go back and forth. I just like, wow, if you know how it affects me, sometimes I get a headache. So for my health, I don't use I had to do away with the Paul Rubens. That Paul Rubens gave me really bad reaction. I was having the taste, even up to a day, I would still have that taste in my mouth, and I was having a headache whenever I touched it. So if you guys had any of that reaction, let me know. So right here now, I'm going to speed it up and until when I finish. So guys, I'm almost done, and I can tell you, like, this gouache is different. It is so smooth. It dilutes like watercolor. It reminds me of my Mary Blue watercolor, because I just added water to some of these pigments, and it is diluting so smoothly like watercolor. So I highly recommend this gouache by Royal Talens. I see why it is called the designer I would say designer quality. Yeah, it is very easy, smooth to use, and I enjoy using it. It just feels like watercolor. So let me know what you guys think. Have you ever used this before? Is this your first time of using it? And what do you think about it, and if you have ever used it? And if you've not, would you consider buying it? Okay, so I'm just gonna finish the last one here, this one over here, and the one in the middle. Okay guys, so this is the last of this illustration, and I would just recommend you guys that if you're looking for a professional designer's gouache, please try the Royal Talent. I'm not sponsored in any way. I just like to share some of the insights and on the research I've done so far on my arts and surface design journey. I highly recommend this brand if you are looking to use gouache. You want something that is not too, that's easy to use. So, and this is it, guys. That's the last one right there. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you've used this before, and we're looking forward to your comments. Take care and have a blessed day.